I'm 29 years old, and over the last decade, I built an athletic body. I married the girl of my dreams. I've retired my parents, built 8-figure brands, and I created an online community with you guys where we get 150 million views a month. If I could go back and talk to my 20-year-old self, here are the 7 things I would tell myself that I want you to learn that actually work. Starting with number 1, you're gonna go to bed and wake up between these hours. You struggle to focus at school, at work, because you're always just so tired, but that's because you're not going to sleep at the right times. So here's what you should do to make sure you always get the best night's sleep possible. First, you're gonna try to fall asleep between 9 and 11 p.m. This is important because our bodies operate on an internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. According to research, aligning your sleep with your circadian rhythm, which means going to sleep around 10 p.m. at night, will significantly enhance your rest and recovery. Next, you wanna aim to wake up between 5 and 6 in the morning. This is actually the hours where around 67% of CEOs wake up. That's not a coincidence. Similar to going to bed, when you wake up at this time, it aligns with your internal clock and your circadian rhythm, allowing your body to naturally produce more hormones that give you energy, like cortisol, every time you wake up. Finally, you're gonna use the 3-2-1 method before you go to bed. 3 hours before bed, you don't eat anything. 2 hours before bed, avoid drinking any liquids. And 1 hour before bed, steer clear of any technology that could emit blue light. Taking care of my sleep is the first piece of advice I would give my 20-year-old self that will put me ahead of my entire competition. But I want 20-year-old Jose, as a matter of fact, I want you to go much further than I did or any of your competition. I want you to crush them. I want you to crush me. And to do that, you need to do these next 6 lessons. Number 2, you can fake confidence with these techniques. First, I want you to say the word no. Now, I want you to say it more confidently, like me. No. Did you notice the difference? Imagine someone asks you to do something and you respond with a strong no instead of a hesitant no. Even if you don't feel confident, you're gonna appear more assertive, which are gonna make people respond to you and listen to you. Next, you wanna point with your hand instead of pointing with your finger. See, when you point with your finger, it can come across a bit weak and rude, whereas when you point with your hand, it shows confidence and you command respect. You see, when it comes to body language, it's not always about being loud and puffing out your chest. It's about conveying calmness and control. For example, I want you to watch the gestures between these 2 shots. On the left, I'm acting erratically, everything is fast and I seem on edge. On the right, my movements are slow, I'm taking my time. I seem as if I'm in control. It really is this easy to fake confidence, and I wish I would have learned this younger. Number 3, read non-fiction and fiction books at different times of the day. You need to stop reading self-help and autobiographies all the time. See, most men, including myself when I was younger, when I was hungry, all I would read was self-help books and autobiographies right before going to bed. But I never considered fiction. And this mindset was wrong for 2 reasons. First, you shouldn't read those self-help books right before bed. You're less likely to retain the information. Plus, it keeps your brain active, which prevents you from having quality sleep, which will further hinder your ability to retain all the information you just read. What I recommend is any nonfiction or self-help book, you need to read those in the morning or listen to them during your commute. That way, all that information, your mind is fresh and you can apply it that same day, and it helps you retain the information. Second, as a man, you should read more fiction. Studies show that men who regularly read fiction have higher emotional intelligence and analytical skills, both of which are important in the dating and in the business scene. On top of that, fiction allows you to unwind at night, giving you better sleep. Number 4, use the most effective looks maxing techniques when you're young. Look, I became the GOAT of self-improvement by trying all the most popular looks maxing techniques over the last decade. So if anyone is qualified to tell you which ones are the most effective, it's your boy, and you need to start these young. So I'm gonna rank the best techniques you need to start using now based on my results. After testing every skincare looks maxing technique you can think of, ice rolling is the best one. It's my favorite because it's quick, it gives you a noticeable boost instantly, and it's free and simple to do. All you do is grab an ice from the freezer and you're gonna roll it across your face evenly for around 5 minutes. The cold helps reduce blood vessels and reduces puffiness, which ends up making your skin look tighter and fresher. It also boosts blood circulation, which is why your skin gets that healthy glow right after doing this. I also found that intaking biotin was a game changer. See, biotin is key for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Now, you should be consuming around 5,000 micrograms of biotin for it to be a considerable amount, which you can get from your diet, from eggs, almonds or sweet potatoes. But let's be real, you're not gonna be consuming this every single day. So the best way to do it is by consuming a supplement, and the best one in the market is your boys, which is Get Attractive, a supplement I formulated with all the information that I know from studies and stuff that I've done on myself. I formulated 27 vitamins and minerals that are scientifically proven to make your skin and your hair look as good as possible. And one of those 27 is biotin. And I'm giving you the exact daily dose of 5,000 micrograms every time you take one a day. Because the key with Looks Maxing is all about consistency. If you're consistent, you will see dramatic improvements. Next, after trying every sort of hair Looks Maxing technique, from derma rolling, scalp massages, and special shampoos, I found that the most effective way to keep your hair healthy is with what you eat. Specifically, eating foods that block DHT. See, DHT is our arch enemy for every guy because DHT is what's causing your hair to fall out. Now, some of the best DHT blocking food is your spinach, your pumpkin seeds, or your green tea. These are packed with nutrients that keep your hair thick and full and healthy. Then, all the other Looks Maxing techniques, when you do them, they actually are more effective because you have healthy hair. Now, just like biotin, let's be real, you're not gonna be eating spinach and pumpkin seeds every day, even though you should, which is why 14 micrograms of vitamin E, which scientifically, according to studies, is a potent DHT blocker. Like I told you, all 27 vitamins and minerals here, I made sure are backed by studies proving to help your skin and help your hair, because this is the supplement that I take. From all the knowledge that I've had, I've built it into this. Make it easy to just consume a pill and give your body everything it needs to look and feel great. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be linked down below. And if you subscribe to receive it monthly, you're gonna get 20% off. I suggest you take it for at least 60 days, one a day, so you can actually see a difference, and you need to be consistent. Confidence. I tried all sorts of Looks Maxing techniques to boost my confidence, but I landed on something that was a bit unexpected. Now, everybody will swear that lifting weights, affirmations, or even meditation helps boost confidence. And while those are solid and I do them myself, nothing boosted my confidence more than running. Man, that sunlight vitamin D plus exercise combo really boosted my confidence and my overall mood. The problem is that most of you are locked up in your room. So no matter what you do, if you're always indoors, you're not getting enough vitamin D, you're always going to feel down. You're not gonna feel your best self. And boys, I added vitamin D into my Get Attractive, so don't worry about it. If you're one of the smart guys that's hopping on to Get Attractive and subscribing so you receive it every month, you don't got nothing to worry about, bro. Your brother got you covered with every vitamin you need, including vitamin D, to make sure that you not only look good, but you feel good. Your confidence is strong. Your mood is elevated. For those of you that want to try Get Attractive, you can click the link down below right now, get 20% off when you subscribe, and hop on for the next 2 months to see the dramatic change it'll have in your life. Number 5, stick to one thing for the next 10 years. Focusing all your attention in one goal is incredibly effective for your overall success. And I want to prove it to you in 30 seconds. I want to apply this rule in a simple and visual way. Most of you might feel inspired when you try something new, like a drop shipping business. You'll sit down, you'll map out a plan, you start dreaming about all the things you'll achieve, right? The fancy car, the hot wife, you get it. But after a few days, that initial motivation starts to drop, making all the work you have to do seem less appealing. This is what leads most to quit. So you jump onto something more exciting, like day trading, or maybe starting an agency. But you always end up in that same drop of motivation in anything you start. What I would tell my younger self is that success lies just beyond that drop in motivation. Whether it's building a business, getting fit, or building a relationship with a great woman, you will always start with high motivation and then a drop. But then on the other side of that drop are all the rewards you ever wanted, which will create a positive feedback loop to keep you motivated. So the key is to pick one thing and stick with it long enough before you ever quit. So I want to give you a quick guide to this. If you're going to start a new business, make sure you make at least $10,000 before you decide to call it quits. If you're going to go to the gym, you have to make sure you go for at least 6 months consistently before you decide to quit. And if you're dating someone and she's already your girlfriend, you have to date her for at least a year before you decide to break up. This is how you achieve real success that lasts. At this point, I've showed you some of my best life lessons I've learned over the decade. Sleeping at the right time to always feel energized. You read the right books at the right time. You're learning how to fake your confidence. You're looks maxing early so you look more attractive as you age. And now I've taught you how to stick to something long enough so you actually see success. Bro, if you apply this now, you're gonna crush everyone around you. Shoot, you're gonna surpass me. And that's the point. But to truly maximize your progress, I've left my best 2 strategies for last. Number 6, you're only gonna listen to people who meet this criteria. To be a man, you need to master 3 areas of your life: the physical, the financial, and the social. And when men try to improve these areas, they'll tend to do one of 2 things without realizing there is a third method that beats both of them. The first guy will try to progress and do everything entirely on their own. And while that's admirable, it's not optimal. You're gonna take a long time learning from all those mistakes. The second group will also work on their own, but they'll also seek advice from those around them, from close friends, close family. This actually ends up being worse than the first guy, because if you're asking the wrong people and they don't know what they're doing, they're gonna lead you down a wrong path, which is gonna take you longer to get to your goal. The third guy is the guy that takes the smart route. They will push themselves on their own, but they will use a specific criteria to only take advice that comes from high quality people. So I'm gonna give you my criteria that I want you to apply to anyone that gives you advice. If it's advice on your physical, you should only take advice from men who have reached an advanced level, whether it's with lifting weights or athletically like running. If it's financial, only take advice from men who have generated themselves, not from a job, but themselves, $100,000 a year. And if it's social, you should only ask advice from a man who has been in a committed relationship with a woman for over a year. These are not just only good criteria or standards from who to get advice to, but man, these are also great goals for yourself to try to achieve. If I had used this criteria when I knew this younger, I would have saved myself a world of bad information. Finally, number 7, I want you to get high without ever using a drug. I love caffeine, but it's something that you should not rely on long term. You see, caffeine doesn't actually provide energy. It just makes you less sensitive to the feeling of tiredness by stealing energy away from your future reserves that you're gonna need later. Instead, what you should do is boost your mood by doing the right exercises that boost the 5 feel-good chemicals in your brain that literally give you a natural high. To produce dopamine, which is what makes you feel motivated, I want you to write down the workout you're gonna do. And every time you complete the work, one of the exercises, I want you to tick it off. The sheer act of you just ticking an exercise off as you complete it will flood your mind with dopamine, motivating you to keep going. To produce serotonin, which is what makes you feel happy and balances your mood, I want you to go for a walk in nature, like in a park or in a bench, because nature has been scientifically proven to drastically increase serotonin levels. To produce more endorphins, which are your brain's natural pain relievers, go for a 30-minute run, because this physical activity will release endorphins, boosting your mood. To produce oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone or the social hormone, you always want to have a friend along, or even your pet. Engaging in hugs, high fives, handshakes, all of this human connection helps increase oxytocin to make you feel more connected. And finally, to produce more adrenaline, you should do something extremely challenging in your workout. For example, instead of going for a jog, change your workout to do 30 seconds of sprinting, followed by 1 minute of jogging, and repeat this for a total of 15 minutes. This intensity will give you an insane adrenaline boost. Now, if you want to do this all at once, grab a buddy, go to a park, and do this high intensity sprint, and you're literally getting all 5 hormones from just doing this activity once a week. Now, you're high on life, you're not high on drugs, and you have natural motivation that'll keep you going. Bro, if you do every lesson I showed you now, especially that you're young, you're gonna crush your competition and you're gonna surpass and get to all your goals, which at the end of the day, that's my goal for you, bro. See you at the top.